Hello boys and girls, a very good morning and welcome to this live session brought to you by TalentSprint. I'm sure all of you know why have we gathered here today. It is to discuss the IBPS Clerk's notification which has been released this morning. Yes, you've heard it right. The recruitment for the clerical cadre by IBPS, the Institute for Banking Personnel Selection, has been released this morning, and there are 7,275 vacancies to be filled this year. Yes, 7,275 clerical jobs across all the participating organizations in IBPS. So I'm sure there's a great news for all those who have been aspiring to start their career in banking. I'm sure many of you knew that the notification will be released today, right? It was highly speculated that notification would come today. So I think congratulations at the outset for this great opportunity that has been brought to you by IBPS. I'm sure your determination and your preparation with the right strategy would help you score more in this exam and also get started with your career in banking this year, right? Or this financial year. So we all can quickly talk about the important parts of the notification. As such, the notification is a big one because we have at least 7-8 pages just covering, or in fact more than those 7-8 pages, about 10 to 12 pages just covering the number of vacancies across various states, right? So I'm not going to go through the notification in detail for all of you. I'm sure you'll do it yourself based on what is applicable for you. However, let's look at the key highlights of the notification which you should keep in mind and apply for the same. All right, let me tell you that the last date to apply for IBPS PO is already over. I'm sure many of you must have applied for IBPS PO as well, right? The last date to apply was 4th of September. And it's just 10 days now that we have got another chance. So please make sure that you apply for IBPS clerks as well and get started with your preparation. The only shortcut that all of you have is to start your preparation right away. In fact, we at TalentSprint have already started the preparation by conducting all the mock exams in the IBPS PO and IBPS clerks format and discussing the same through live classes. In fact, we have another live class coming up at 11 AM today, which is for the IBPS PO and IBPS clerk pattern questions from quantitative aptitude, right? So that session is 11 AM. That is the reason I'll have to close it very quickly with all the highlights from this notification. Okay, so please make sure that you join us in that session as well, 11 AM. That is only for TalentSprint students, by the way. You can log into your platform, examprep.talentsprint.com, and be a part of that session. Now let's go through this notification quickly. I can see a lot of questions have also come in. So let me answer your questions through the details that I'm going to highlight now. So let's look at the first part, which is very, very important. That is the tentative calendar of events, right? You know that there are a lot of steps in the entire recruitment process. So let's look at the calendar or the schedule of all these events, right? Now I'm sure all of you can see that on the screen here, right? I also have a copy of notifications. Let me quickly refer to the same. The online registration, including editing and modification, and the payment of application fees will be from 18th September to 10th of October. You can see that 18th September to 10th of October is the window which has been given to apply for IBPS clerks. So in simple words, you have got about 21 to 22 days, about 3 weeks of time as usual. And the application starts on 18th of September, which is 4 days from here. So guys, make sure that in these 4 days, all of you go through the notification in the first place. See if you are really eligible or not, right? Ensure that you satisfy the eligibility criteria and be ready with all the, prerequisites like your digital photograph, your signature and things like that. I'm sure all of you already have that stuff because you have been applying for various other exams, including IBPS PO. So nothing to really worry about as such, but make sure that you are fully ready and apply at the earliest possible, right? I am repeating this point again. Every single time I find students missing on the last date of the application or missing out just because of some issues on the last date and not being able to participate in the exam, which is the worst thing that you can do to yourself. So if you're serious about your preparation, if you're serious about your career, make sure that you apply in the first week. Do not procrastinate it and do not wait for the last day to get over. So keep in mind that the application window is 18th September to 10th of October. All right. Now, you know that in the recruitment process, there are going to be 2 stages, right? The stage 1 is going to be an online examination, which is the preliminary exam, followed by stage 2, which is the main examination, right? Of course, you'll have download of hall tickets, download of admit cards and stuff like that. But two important stages in the recruitment: online preliminary examination and the online main exam. So if you look at it, the online preliminary examination will be held on 8th, 9th, 15th and 16th of December. 8th, 9th, 15th and 16th of December. So 4 days in the month of December, right? And each day will have multiple slots, 3 to 4 slots. So around 16 slots have already been blocked across the country, and that is because the number of applications are usually huge, right? It'll run into tens of lakhs of candidates applying for this. So the point I'm trying to make here is that the competition will be huge. Make sure that you're fully prepared for it. Now, what does it mean? Online preliminary examination is on 8th of December. Let's say you get the first lot, which is 8th December, right? 8th December is the first lot. So even if it is on 8th of December for you, and we are on 14th September today, so you know you have got close to 3 months. 3 months to get ready for this exam. And let me tell you, it is more than sufficient for you to prepare for this exam. I'm sure a lot of you out there will have this doubt, so-called doubt in your mind that can I prepare in 3 months? Well, yes, you can definitely prepare really well in 3 months of time, provided you follow the right strategy and the right steps, right? Which of course will bring out to you from time to time. So guys, do not have an iota of doubt about your readiness, right? I'm sure if you do things religiously, follow it properly and be disciplined, you can fully gear up for the IBPS clerks exam this year. Okay. Now, after the online preliminary examination, we'll have the main examination, which will be held in January 2019. Right. The exact date has not been specified here, but you can see from December to Jan. So we'll have about 2-3 weeks of time, not more than that. Okay. So when you're preparing for the IBPS clerks exam, you should prepare not only for the prelims exam, but keep the main examination also in mind, because usually the number of days between prelims and mains is not really enough to get ready for the main examination, right? And yeah, provisional allotment will be done in April 2019. So guys, I'm sure many of you will probably be working in a bank in one of the participating organizations from the April next year. So about 6 months, 7 months from now, you will be landing yourself in the first dream job of yours, right? Keep that motivation up and prepare really hard, right? Make sure that you do the right things. I'm sure it's gonna be easy. Now, a lot of questions about the number of vacancies. Well, I can jump to that, but what's the point? I mean, I can read it out for you, right? Number of vacancies in West Bengal, number of vacancies in Tamil Nadu, number of vacancies in Maharashtra and stuff, but download the notification. Is available on IBPS's website. It is available on our website. Download the notification and check out the details here. By the way, since you have asked, let me quickly help 3-4 of you. So the number of vacancies in, let's say, what did you ask? Tamil Nadu, I think it's going to be really big in Tamil Nadu, is 792 jobs, IBPS clerks jobs in Tamil Nadu across all the participating organizations. Let me mention that some of the banks have not reported their numbers yet. Like for example, Bank of Maharashtra has not reported the number of jobs that they have for Tamil Nadu. So in case that number comes out, it'll go further, right? Maharashtra, somebody said Uttar Pradesh is 944, by the way. Uttar Pradesh 944. Maharashtra is going to be, where is Maharashtra? Okay, now don't keep posting the name of your state there. I'll just look at Maharashtra and close, right? Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh maybe. Where's Maharashtra? That's the reason. I think you better check it yourself. Okay, I've got Maharashtra. The number of vacancies in Maharashtra is 772, right? Madhya Pradesh is 325. I think Telangana is around 700. Let me quickly check that. West Bengal is 410. Telangana is 162. But that's not like demotivating, right? 162 is more than enough. The only guys who should be really worried here is those who belong to Andaman and Nicobar Islands, right? Because there is a little bit of challenge. You know what is the number of jobs in Andaman and Nicobar Islands? Zero vacancies in Andaman and Nicobar Island. So all those who belong to that or planning to write the exam from that particular union territory have got a reason to be sad, because there is a challenge. You don't even have one job. All others who say number of vacancies are less, shut up, because even if it is 10 jobs there for you in your state, you can bag one of those, right? You can leave the 9 for others. Okay, yeah, somebody says only 325, very bad. So what should people from Andaman and Nicobar Islands do, right? So anyway, don't really get swayed away by the number of vacancies, or on the other side get demotivated by looking at the number there. You should be confident that you can do the things rightly. Now let me quickly jump to the eligibility criteria. That's really important. So let's look at the eligibility criteria. Now nationalities, like usual, citizen of India, Nepal, Bhutan, Tibetan refugee and stuff like that. So you can just check that. Age criteria. What is the age criteria? As on 1st September 2018, minimum 20 years and maximum 28 years. Minimum 20 years and maximum 28 years. And it says a candidate must have been born not earlier than 2nd September 1990 and not later than 1st September 1998, right? So 2nd September 1990 to 1st September 1998. If you were born in this window, both dates inclusive, then you are eligible. Now there are relaxations as usual for those who belong to this special categories. There is a relaxation, like for SCs and STs there is a age relaxation of 5 years. For OBCs the relaxation is 3 years. For PWD category the relaxation is 10 years, and so on, right? For people from the defense forces or ex-servicemen, there is another criteria there. So depending on what is applicable for you, you can check it out. But the general criteria is 20 years to 28 years. The exact dates have been specified there. Let's look at the educational qualification. Educational qualification is important. Yeah. It says a degree, in brackets graduation, I'm reading it like precisely for you, a degree in any discipline from a university recognized by the government of India, or any equivalent qualification recognized as such by the central government. The candidate must possess valid mark sheet or degree certificate that he or she is a graduate on the day he or she registers, and indicate the percentage of marks obtained in graduation while registering online. Computer literacy, which means operating and working knowledge in computer systems, is mandatory. That is, candidates should have certificate or diploma or degree in computer operations and language, or should have studied computer or information technology as one of their subjects in high school or college or institute. All right. So here comes an important point. Look at this. I'm reading it again. The most important part here is the candidate must possess the valid mark sheet or degree certificate that he or she is a graduate on the day he or she registers, and indicate the percentage of marks obtained in graduation while registering online. Now it's obvious that since it is September, you must have, the academic year is long over now, right? The last academic year is long over. So all of you must have already cleared your graduation and got your certificate. And if you have a backlog and things like that, then it's a different story. But if you have cleared all the subjects, then you must have your graduation certificate by now, because it says that you should have your degree in hand on the day when you register for this exam. Now, there can be a slim chance that you are to get your mark sheet or degree certificate in 1 or 2 weeks from now. So only after you get it, apply for the exam, because you have to indicate your percentage of marks, and that you cannot do unless you have the mark sheet or the the graduation certificate in hand. So keep that point in mind. Of course, you need to have computer proficiency, is what they have mentioned. Computer literacy, not even proficiency. You have to be a literate, computer literate. You should know, you should have working knowledge of in computer systems. So basically, they need a certificate or diploma or degree in computer operations or language. So either you should have done your degree in computers, or you should have a diploma, some sort of diploma, or a certificate that you have learned about computers or information technology in either your school or high school or college or institute, wherever you have gone. Now, one point in the educational qualification which has been mentioned here in bold letters is that proficiency in the official language of the state or union territory for which vacancy is a candidate wishes to apply is preferable. So they've mentioned that it is preferable, meaning candidate should know how to read, write and speak the official language of the state or union territory, right? You know that you'll be applying for a particular state, so you should be proficient in the official language of the state. I'm sure they must have mentioned the official language also somewhere for each of the states. Yeah, you can just refer to that because proficiency in that is preferable. All right, so is that compulsory? What Mamta Nayak says, is that compulsory? I think computer literacy is mandatory. They have mentioned language proficiency, official language proficiency is preferable. Okay, it's not mandatory, but it's preferable. And then a lot of other details about people belonging to specific categories. Let me jump to the structure of the online examination, right? So the first step, like you all know, is the online examination, the online preliminary examination, the structure for which is, as you can see here on the screen now, right? Look at it. So you know that the preliminary examination will have 3 subjects, right? Numerical ability, English language, and reasoning ability. So the number of questions in English language is 30, maximum marks 30, time allotted 20 minutes. The number of questions in reasoning ability and numerical ability are 35 each, maximum marks 35 each again, and time allotted is 20 minutes, right? So a total of 100 questions, basically, total of 100 questions, and maximum 100 marks can be scored. So this is exactly in line with the IBPS PO recruitment, right? IBPS PO preliminary examination is also going to have the same structure, right? You'll have the same 3 sections, reasoning, quant, and English. Of course, I think there it's called quant and not numerical ability. Here they specify numerical ability. Anyway, number of questions in English is 30, marks is 30. In the other 2 sections, aptitude and reasoning, the questions are 35 each, marks also 35 each. So overall 100 questions have to be attempted in 100 and 100 marks can be scored in 60 minutes of time with a sectional time limit being applicable. Meaning, unlike last year where we used to have a composite time of 1 year, right? You know that the last IBPS clerks had 1 hour of time. You can spend your way. You can spend that 1 hour your way across the 3 sections. But this year onwards, like we have seen in other exams as well, SBI PO, IBPS PO and all, this exam also will have a sectional time limit, meaning each section has been allotted 20 minutes of time. So whether you want to spend more or less in any particular section, you have only 20 minutes. So I think it's one way a good thing to have, right? You don't have to worry about how much time should I spend in any section and in what sequence should I attempt the sections, because everything is pre-decided. Which sequence will come first is not in your control, right? They will decide. So you have to, attempt the sections accordingly, and you just have 20 minutes of time. So give your best in each of those 3 slots of 20 minutes so that you can maximize your score. Somebody says, please tell me the last date. The last date to apply is 10th of October, 10th October 2018. Sectional cutoff will be there. Let me just see. Candidates have to, very clearly they've specified. Candidates have to qualify in each of the 3 tests by securing the cutoff marks to be decided. So you have to clear all the 3 tests and there will be an overall cutoff. So if you have any questions on will there be a sectional cutoff or not? Yes, there will be a sectional cutoff. But remember, the marks that you score in the preliminary examination will not be considered when the final merit list is being made, right? Only the marks of online examination, online main examination will be considered for the final merit list. Your preliminary examination is just an elimination round, right? And this, I think, is the toughest part of the whole recruitment process, because lakhs and lakhs of people will apply here. I mean, like 20, 30, 40 lakh students usually apply, and only a few thousands will be called for the main exam. So give your best here. It's the most difficult part of your entire recruitment process. Now let's look at the structure of the main examination, right? You have it here on the screen. Again, we have 4 sections. First one is general or financial awareness. Then second one is general English. Then reasoning ability and computer aptitude and quantitative aptitude. Of course, the sequence here is a little different, but doesn't matter because they very clearly mentioned that it is not by sequence. So 4 sections: general awareness and financial awareness, general English, reasoning and computer aptitude, and quantitative aptitude. The number of questions are different. In financial awareness and general awareness, as well as quantitative aptitude, you'll have 50 questions and 50 marks to be scored. In the other 2 sections, general English and reasoning ability and computer aptitude, okay, hold on. I think only in English language there are 40 questions and 40 marks to be scored. In the other sections there are 50 questions, marks to be scored are a little different. So I think it's got a typical pattern. All of you can refer to it. Also, there is a sectional time limit which was there since last year, right? Main examination always had a sectional time limit. I mean, always as in since the last 1-2 years. So, I mean, the pattern is there, just refer to that. Overall, you will have 160 minutes, which has been split across the 4 sections. Overall, 190 questions to be attempted and 200 marks to be scored. Okay, so that reasoning and computer aptitude section, as you can see, has got 50 questions, but 60 marks can be scored. So there will be a few questions which will carry a weightage of 2 marks. Yeah, but I think in terms of time management, this is a lot easier compared to the preliminary examination, because there it's like 20 minutes, which just flies away, right? I mean, for any particular section. Here, you know, 35 minutes, 45 minutes, and so on. Yeah. Now, like usual, all the above sections will be in bilingual. You know, I mean, the test will be in both English as well as Hindi, except the test of English language. There will be a cutoff, of course, if you have that question. There will be a sectional cutoff and there will be an overall cutoff. There will be penalty for wrong answers, right? 1/4 of the marks will be deducted, right? That's very clearly given there. And yes, those who all clear the main examination will be, main examination isn't just clearing the exam is not enough. The merit list will be made, and depending on the number of vacancies and the state that you opted for and things like that, you will be selected. So look at this, the cutoff score. Each candidate will be required to obtain a minimum score in each test of the online main examination, and also a minimum total score to be considered for further process. And depending on the number of state-wise vacancies, cutoff will be decided and candidates will be considered for provisional allotment. And in big and bold font, they have mentioned that marks obtained in the online main examination only will be considered for the final merit list. Of course, the main examination is for 200 marks. They will simplify to 100 marks, meaning after the exam is over, marks will be converted out of 100 for the provisional allotment. So you will get your scores, right? 95, 94, 93 and so on. I mean, you can get 99 also, 100, 200, 100 also, by the way. But yeah, so your scores will be arranged in descending order. The list will be made according to the scores in descending order, and then depending on the state-wise vacancies, you will be allotted the job provisionally by April 2019, which is a very good news. That's it. I think a lot of other stuff about the biometric data, identity verification, how to apply, the prerequisites, right? The fee to be paid for application, general instructions and things like that, which you can go through yourself. I have to rush now because there's another session starting at 11 o'clock for all the TalentSprint students, and this session will be on your IBPS PO and IBPS clerks preliminary examination preparations. So if you have already enrolled for TalentSprint program, please join us in that session so that you can keep yourselves updated with the latest pattern questions and the best of methods to attempt such questions. Okay, now let me quickly take up your questions in the last 3-4 minutes before I close this. What do we have? You want to know the number of vacancies of any particular state. I'm not going to take it up because it's there in the list, guys. Notification, please check it out. Rahul Joshi says, sir, preliminary attempt may count or not? Preliminary attempt will count in my view. Why will it not count? Do they have a capping on the number of attempts as well, like IBPS PO? Looks like I've missed that part, but anyway, you can check it out. What else? Andhra Pradesh vacancies. Why are you guys so lazy? Andhra Pradesh vacancies are 167. Okay, somebody says, how can I improve my current affairs and general awareness for the IBPS clerks exam? I think it's not simple. It's easy said than done. But read newspaper every day. I think that's the only way out. There's no other shortcut, right? And we will soon upload a 90-day study plan or a 75-day study plan for your IBPS clerks preparation. In that, will clearly specify what you need to do on a daily basis, starting from, let's say, today till your date of examination, so that you can get fully ready for your preliminary examination, right? That study plan will be available inside our learning portal, which is examprep.talentsprint.com. You can register for free and download that PDF of study plan, right? It will be detailed. You may or may not follow that study plan depending on your strengths and weaknesses, right? I mean, see, one plan cannot be applicable for all. All of us are different, right? We have different strengths and different weaknesses. So based on that, you may have to tweak it. But yeah, it's an ideal plan which you can follow if you're starting from scratch. And also we will have sessions on what should be the preparation strategy and things like that. Just keep following our channel, or maybe register for the free coaching where we have a lot of content available for free. Like around 500 videos are there, basic videos on all the concepts of aptitude, reasoning, English, and general awareness, and other sections. Then there are weekly live classes that you can participate in. There are some free mock tests available, right? And you can check out the discussion forums and download some PDFs, right? So I think it's a no-brainer that all of you should just go for that free coaching. If you want to upgrade, you can upgrade to the premium as well, but that's a call you have to make. I don't want to say that you should join, because the choice is yours. The only thing that I would like to strictly prescribe is that start your preparation right away. Whether you prepare with TalentSprint or any other coaching institute is secondary. What matters is you start your preparation today itself, if you haven't started it already, and leave no stone unturned. Remember, I honestly believe in one theory, which is practice is the key to crack this competitive exams. The more you practice, the easier it gets. There is no other shortcut. There are shortcut formulas, there are smart methods, which I'm sure all of you will learn in the process of getting ready for these exams, right? I mean, it's not a secret. It's not a secret that only TalentSprint knows, or only some other institute knows, or only one particular faculty knows, right? Everybody knows everything, right? What we try to do is get the best of things for you in terms of our online platform. That's only 10% of the job. 90% lies in your hands, right? You have to prepare, right? You have to work hard. You have to make sure that you're following the strategy properly, and you have to gain that confidence, right? If we could do all that by ourselves, then the case would have been different, but that's not possible. So what I'm trying to say is, if you can do only 10% of your job, 90% lies in your hands. So please keep practicing and take very good care of yourselves, because health is really very, very important, right? So keep yourselves healthy, keep practicing, and take care. We'll meet again from time to time. You can follow our YouTube channel and join us for the free coaching for more details, right? All the best. Please join us in a session at 11 a.m. Which is for your IBPS PO and IBPS clerks preparation on the portal, on the TalentSprint platform, which is examprep.talentsprint.com, right? I repeat, examprep.talentsprint.com. Thank you once again. Take very good care of yourselves. Bye.